The first category we'll discuss is wood siding. Wood siding, of course, generally is available either in cedar or fir species. It has bevel siding, lap siding, car siding. Not a big market for us here just because of the maintenance of the product. And you can tell from your handout here, I'll be following that right through all today. The pros to it is it's a good classic look. If you're trying to do something back to its original look, the wood siding will definitely do that for you. We're done. Good, good. Yep. The beauty of the wood siding, of course, is another big benefit of it. You can paint it and stain it. It holds paint and stain very well. As you can tell, again, lots of different profiles are available, but again, not a big piece of the market just because of the cons being not a stable product. It's a product that you will continually have to maintain. It's less stable, so it will warp, it could buckle. Price on that greatly varies upon size of the product, species of the product, grade of the product. I put on your handout anywhere from $3 to $5.50 a square foot. Big range there because there is just a whole array of products there. Couple pictures. This house we did last year. Of course, he'll have continual maintenance on that, but very, very beautiful look, as you can tell. Another one there of a shop building, same kind of deal. It's a beautiful look, but you'll have to continually maintain that product. Vinyl siding is the next chapter we'll go through. Probably the most popular siding that we see sold in this market. It's made of PVC or polyvinyl chloride. Panels have a nailing hem on it, so it's very easy to install. You will drive your nail through the nailing slot here. The next panel then will hook up into it. So very easy installation, no special tools or anything required for it. Very little knowledge is needed. Vinyl siding is gauged in mil thicknesses rather than species or anything like that compared to the wood. So mil thickness meaning how thick the vinyl is on it, and that will range anywhere from a 38 mil all the way up to a 54 mil. So again, a lot of different mil thicknesses or quality of vinyl. Of course, the more rigid it is or the heavier mill will mean better protection against damage, hail, things like that. It will lay flatter, give you a much better appearance in the end. The slide here shows a lot of the different designs or panels that are available. A triple 3-inch, a double 4-inch, double 4-inch Dutch lap. Lots of different ways vinyl siding can come. Again, cost on that will vary a little bit on the mill thickness and on the design. The other thing that will play a little bit with cost is the color. They have standard colors, premium colors. Vinyl typically is not sold real dark because of the expansion and the contraction that you'll see with that product. You have to be a little bit more careful on the color. They've really come great strides with that, offering some UV stabilizers and inhibitors in the vinyl industry, and are now even offering a fade warranty. If it fades within a certain amount of hunter units, they call it, is how they judge that, they will replace the siding. So they've really come a long ways in that, but of course the heavier mill and the darker color will in turn cost a little bit more money. Again, a couple more shapes that vinyl siding is available in. The half rounds, the hand split shape look, a lot of accessories you can do with the vinyl. The pros to the vinyl, of course, would be price. You can get that vinyl down to a very, very reasonable price point. It won't chip or curl or anything like, or blister because of the paint finish, because the paint goes all the way through the panel. Very easy to install, as I said before, easy to repair if anything would ever happen. This slide shows the standard profile, which I mentioned was a double 4-inch, or they make a double 4-inch Dutch lap. It kind of resembles that shiplap look, if you will. And that picture there is a house we did with the Dutch lap siding. Kind of a little different look. Again, available in all the same colors, the same thicknesses, just a little different look of the panel. This next slide shows a house that has vinyl siding on it, but it shows it in a single 7-inch panel. So instead of having a double 4 or a double 5-inch, now they offer it in a single 7. Kind of resembles a wood look. The other thing this slide shows is some accent trims that you can do in vinyl now. Before, you were always tied down to doing something in a hardboard type of product. Now the vinyl industry has come out with accessories. The other thing I wrote on here was accent trim. You know, don't be afraid to use a couple different colors on it. Really brightens the look or changes the curb appeal of the house. Vinyl siding is also available in an insulated back vinyl, or insulated back siding. Basically meaning that it's got some styrofoam or insulation board glued to the product. Of course, that does two things for us. One is it provides us with a little better R value for our house without having to put the foam board on. Plus, it adds a lot of rigidity because now we've got that glue on it. That panel is going to lay on the wall flatter. It's going to give us a little better look in the end. The cons to vinyl siding would be the expansion and contraction, as I touched on earlier. The product is vinyl, so when it gets warm and it gets cold, it's going to expand and contract. So it has to be loose fitting on the wall. And sometimes when that is done, it can, if not done properly, can result in a bad look for your house. So you always want to make sure when you're putting on siding that you, A, have an install guide that you've read, or you have an experienced installer. The other couple things I wrote down was gas grills can heat it up and cause it to bubble, and lawnmowers and hail can dent this product. So the durability isn't quite like it is in some of the other sidings we'll touch on. The less expensive, of course, you go on the vinyl, the less durability you'll have. It'll become more brittle. The color won't stay on it near as long, things like that. So you want to make sure when you're talking vinyl that you're aware of the mill thickness and available of the colors and what they have in there as far as a warranty for the colors. Because again, the darker colors, you definitely want to make sure that there is some warranty on them because of the expansion and contraction that will occur. That pretty much is all I have on vinyl. If you have a question or something, just don't, raise your hand or spurt it out. That's fine. Pretty low key. But steel siding, I'm not going to touch a lot on. We see a little bit of steel siding in this market. A majority of it is seamless steel. A very durable product. It just seems like if you're going to go with steel, you want the steel to have no seams in it, so you go with a seamless. Very durable, very tight seams. It, again, as you can tell from the slide, is offered with that insulation glued to it for durability. Overall, a very good product. A little bit more difficult to replace. It dents permanently compared to like some of the other products. And probably one of the less realistic looks that you'll see with the steel siding. I put on there a range again from $2 to $3 a square foot, depending on if you do the 12-foot panels or if you do seamless. You could be looking at that $3 a square foot for that product. So, lap siding alternatives. Basically, the next two products that I'll talk about are very, very similar as far as how they look and the characteristics to them. I got two pieces of siding there. There are these two pieces right here. The piece to your right would be, is actually a wood-based product, and this piece right here is actually a cement-based product. Very, very similar in the way they look, very similar in the way they get installed, but the biggest difference is the makeup of it. Cement-based, wood-based. Fiber cement and LP Smart Side are what they're called in the market. So first we'll touch a little bit on fiber cement, and then we'll go into the LP Smart side, but again, very similar, similar products. The fiber cement product is still a rapid growing product in our market. When it first was introduced, it just exploded. Just because it kind of, was the closest thing that resembled a wood product. You were able to mimic the architecturally correct homes that you wanted to, historically, or provide you with a very good look on the outside without having unsightly seams with the vinyl, or a width profile that you desire. Fiber cement, the makeup of it, as you can tell from your handout, it's a cement-based product with silica, fly ash, and then glue, basically, or adhesives, and it's a baking process is what it is. It's a very, very durable product, hence the fiber cement in its name. Very strong, very durable, very impact resistant compared to the vinyl that we just spoke about. Again, just duplicates the look of real wood is why it came out in the marketplace, and has done a very good job with that. Better color palette. As far as darker colors won't be a problem anymore with this product. It won't move near as much as the vinyl is. You can still do all the accessory pieces, half rounds, staggered shingles, a lot of accessories still, just like the vinyl was we talked about earlier. Just now you get a little bit nicer wood grain look, and a very, very durable product. Both products require a very knowledgeable installer. Both products will require certain flashing techniques, certain clearances as far as keeping it so far off the ground, so far away from the roof, things like that. So you want to make sure that when you're looking at siding, if you're going to do it yourself, make sure you got the installation instructions read thoroughly, or make sure you've got an installer that is familiar with this product and has the right tools to make sure it's done properly. Again, this slide shows just a lot of, this picture was actually taken out of our showroom over at Marcus. As you can tell, a lot of different accessories. You've got the octagon shingles, you've got the staggered shingles, the straight edge shingles. Something you could do in the gable end of your house just to kind of be an accent. Again, available in both products. For instance, this picture here shows, up in the gable ends, they did something different there, even brought in a different color. Very sharp look, again, all in the same product. The fiber cement product, 30-year warranty on it, 15-year pre-finished warranty if you want the factory to paint it for you. So they're really standing behind it. We've had good luck with it. Just again, very, very nice look, as you can tell from this house here. A couple more slides. Again, this house is a little bit different. They did that band board up on top there between the gable end. In a different color, but still did the staggered shingles up in the gable end to add a little definition to the house. So don't be afraid to look at that, something a little bit, to change either your current house or you're remodeling and want to do something different. Accent trim, I guess I didn't point that out, but again, all in the same product. Accent trim up on top, and then the shaped shingle accent in the gable ends. This house here, I took a picture of this because it's got a big old farmhouse. Everything on there was wood siding. It was a very narrow look. If you look closely, you can tell there's a lot of detail to it. The bottom of the house has got a big white 12-inch board. All the windows had trim around it. He wanted to make sure that the garage addition mimicked the house. And with this product, we were able to do that. We were able to offer him a 4-inch reveal, like what he wanted, and offer all the accessories so that everything looked the same. It didn't look like it was hodgepodged or added on later, because we were able to match everything with that fiber cement. The cons to the fiber cement, however, are probably the installation of it. It's a heavy product to manually lift up on the wall and to work with. It's harder to cut because it is cement-based. It's dirty to cut. You want to make sure you're wearing a mask because of the silica sand in it. It's a health hazard. You want to make sure you're taking all the precautions you can. A little slower. Both products will have a slower initial installation time than the vinyl, just because now you're working with a single piece of siding. It's not going to, go up really quick. It's going to be a little slower, but again, a little bit more durability with the product, so it kind of offsets itself there. Dusty to cut. But the other thing I didn't mention was, as far as a benefit, would be there's no J-trim or no utility trim. Unlike the vinyl siding, where you have a lot of your trim work, is seen from the outside of the house. Now we would use this lap siding and we butt it right to your openings, to your windows, to your doors. A much cleaner look, a much crisper look, without having those big bulky trims to deal with. Both products have similar warranties, but we're going to switch over and talk about the LP real quick. The LP Smart Side has got a 5/50-year warranty that comes from the company. The first 5 years, they're covering installation and material. From year 6 to year 50, it's prorated for materials only. So on fiber cement, we had a 30-year warranty. This product here, we're going to get a 50-year warranty. And it's a wood-based product, but keep in mind, it's not like typical wood. It's a borate-treated strand of lumber, basically, if you will, that runs through a series of presses to get it down to the 3/8 thickness like it is. So they push a lot of glue through this product, which makes it more stable. And the wood that they have in here is treated to, treated with borate, basically, to stop any sort of insect indentation or any sort of decay along that line. So basically, the products themselves are very, very similar. The Smart Side might have a little deeper wood grain to it. Similar as far as installation, similar as far as cost. The big difference between the two, is going to be the warranty and going to be the length of the product. This fiber cement that we talked about earlier is only available in 12-foot lengths. This Smart Side product, the wood-based product, is available in 16-foot lengths. So you get 30% less seams going with the wood-based product than the cement-based. Same accessories, same colors, same options. It's just wood-based versus cement-based.